What's happening, racing fans? Welcome back to the channel, brought to you in association with betting.co.uk. I'm Ginger Joe here in Cheltenham, and with only 9 weeks to go now until the spectacle in the Cheltenham Festival come March, I've decided to put together an each-way lucky 15 for you to take a look at. There's been a lot of punters out there saying the markets have shortened up, that there's no value left in these markets, but I beg to differ. I've got 4 selections for you here that are guaranteed to go for these races as their targets, and I think this lucky 15 will stand you in really good stead, at least for some runners come the Cheltenham Festival. Now, before I go on to give you those selections, I am on a bit of a mission to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the season. I'm currently at 798. So if you don't mind subscribing, please do click that button below. And by being a subscriber to my channel, you do get free entry into my monthly prize draws. We give away 1 racehorse share and 3 £10 free bets every single weekend. Also, before I go into the selections, in the description below, I'll put 3 sign-up offers for you, courtesy of betting.co.uk from Corals, William Hill and Bet Victor. Just place your normal bets as usual, and you will receive some new free bets to use for the rest of the day, or even the week, or even at the Cheltenham Festival. So, moving on to the first selection, and it comes in the National Hunt Chase. This is a horse that I put up in my compilation video with the likes of the Finishing Line, Let's Talk Racing and the Cheltenham Exchange. And this horse is Chemical Energy in the National Hunt Chase at 9-1 for Coldwell Construction. I've just been really taken by the way that he goes about his business. He's a really big gelding, and he's taken to fences really nicely as well. He won on debut over at Listowel, but that was over 2 miles. Clearly going to be too short based on the credentials that he holds. But when he stepped up to 3 miles for the first time at Cheltenham, he was absolutely flawless. I think there's a song about that as well. But he was really, really good that day. It was his first attempt over this trip. He was so impressive, and probably could have gone around it again that day as well. He's going to have to step up to 3 mile 5. That's going to be no problem. He seemed to handle the trip no sweat at all. And I think they've only just started to scratch the surface of Chemical Energy as well. I think he jumps better than the favourite guy, Duminil. I've got a sneaky suspicion could be redirected to the RSA, potentially a grade 1 horse, Guy Duminil. But with this being the target for Chemical Energy, 9-1 I think is really, really good value with 3 places available in a race that tends to cut up quite significantly. So selection number 1 is Chemical Energy in the National Hunt Chase on the Tuesday. In the second selection comes in the Champion Bumper, a race that I do love trying to pick through usually. Been a little bit difficult this year, a lot of the short price odds on favourites being turned over. That's what the campaigns for the bumper teams are all about: experience, improvement, just before they turn into hurdlers for the following season. And with 8-1 the field, I think there's got to be a little bit of value in this lineup somewhere. Now, Willie and Gordon have got their usual brigade of horses in the lineup. I like Willie's brother's runner, Tom Mullins. He trains Facile Mode, at 12-1. He went under the radar a little bit to bolt up at Leopardstown. He did go off at 16-1, but he won in really good fashion. Won by about 3 lengths, a little bit hands and heels, and there was plenty left out on the racetrack that day. He had some really good horses in behind him as well, with experience, like the King of Kingsfield, Lecky Watson, Special Caddo, all had previous experience, but he picked them off one by one, showed a nice turn of foot, left plenty out there on the racetrack. My only concern with him is that he went off 16-1 that day. There wasn't too much market support for him, but he left loads out there. I've been impressed with him so far, and he's another one of these walk in the park boys. So hopefully that he can come to the track in really good form. He's likely to improve again from first to second run, and that selection is Facile Mode at 12-1 in the Champion Bumper. Then if we take a look at the Albert Bartlett, it's still a race that's a bit of a puzzle. We've got 11-2 the field, and then it's 12-1 the second favourite. We've got some really nice horses in this race. We've got Hidden Valley Lake, the favourite, nice and progressive, but no price at 11-2. And I also like 3 Card Bragg as well, but he won't like Cheltenham at all. He definitely needs some deep ground, and he won't be winning at the festival. But if he gets some deep ground somewhere over at like Leopardstown, he's going to be mopping up some grade 1s, no doubt at all. But the horse I like here for the lucky 15 is going to be Sandor Clegane at 14-1 for Paul Nolan. And he's going for the Bartlett as well, so we know that's number 1 box ticked. And he has been put up by a few punters already, so I am actually still surprised that there's 14-1 available. I'm not the first person to put him up. Got some really good bumper form in his 4 runs. He won at Punchestown first time out before finishing second to Facile Vega on his second start over a campaign that was based around 2 miles. But then he stepped up to 2 mile 5 at Punchestown, and my word, he was seriously impressive. Travelled like he much preferred this sort of trip. His jumping was a really, really good asset. It doesn't really do too much wrong as well. This sort of step-up trip may actually bring out a little bit more improvement in him. And to me, it doesn't matter what ground he goes on. He can go left-handed, right-handed, good ground, deep ground, but either way, he's definitely a stay. This is going to be his race, and for a horse that doesn't do too much wrong at all, and with this being the target, 14 to 1 for Sandor Clegane is going to be some nice value to take a look at. And then my fourth and final selection to land the jackpot, and I'm going to take a pick at one in the Gold Cup here. An extremely unique horse that's now won over 2 mile 2, 2 mile 3, 2 mile 6, 2 mile 7, 3 miles, 3 mile 2, and 3 mile 1, sorry, and 4 miles 2. So that, of course, is Noble Yates at 10 to 1. Incredibly versatile to even have the gears to win over these sort of trips. But what a smashing horse that he's turning out to be. And the Gold Cup, I think, is actually going to suit him really, really well. 3 mile 2 round Cheltenham tactically, trip-wise, conditions going to absolutely be right up his street. Tactically, it's going to work out really nicely for him. He's clearly a very good jumper. Track and trip will suit. And I've got a few question marks about his rivals actually coming to Cheltenham. So even though that he's got to prove he's got the engine to beat the likes of Gallopin and Applutard, he's definitely got the versatility, the gears, he can handle track and conditions. And I think that I do quite like the chances of him coming into this Gold Cup, especially based on tactics. I think he's actually a great bet. I think the long straight at Cheltenham is going to suit him really well as well. And he seems to find a long turn of foot after this race. Now, they do go quite quick in the Gold Cup from the get-go. It seems to be quite a fast-paced race, even though it's got a staying trip. But I think that will suit Noble Yates really nicely. He can switch himself off, get himself near halfway or like midfield or out the back, and then just pick them off one by one and try and use his turn of foot to go up that Cheltenham hill. Don't often see too many stayers with a turn of foot like that. We did see that, however, from Applutard when he won the Gold Cup last year. And Noble Yates just has a little bit of that sort of style about him. So even though Gallopin de Champ's a really nice horse at 5 to 2, Noble Yates has got a lot of experience. He's been around the track. He knows what he's doing, and he's got some really big profile wins to his name already. Good jumper, nice turn of foot. I think he's been a little bit overlooked at 10 to 1, and Noble Yates will be the fourth and final selection for the Lucky 15. So just to recap, we have got 4 selections for you to take a look at. The first one is Chemical Energy in the National Hunt Chase at 9 to 1. Then Facile Mode in the Champion Bumper at 12 to 1. You can get 14 to 1 on Sandor Clegane in the Albert Bartlett, and then you can get 10 to 1 on Noble Yates in the Gold Cup. So they're the 4 selections for you to take a look at. I'm going to do a bit of a part 2 on this one actually as well. I'm going to find some 33 to 1 shots and some 40 to 1 shots that I think could have a little bit of a squeak on the Cheltenham Festival. Certainly not going to be no hopers, but I'll bring that in a separate video for you as well. Now, I've got a video coming up soon with Dave from Cheltenham. I've got a part 2 compilation, and I've also got John Joe Jr. arriving on my channel this week, bringing us a stable tour of John Joe's runners, and also a bit of an interview for John Joe as well, with the future in mind as well. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You will then be notified when all of these episodes go live. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. I do really appreciate you subscribing as well. Thank you for watching. Good luck, and I'll see you all real soon.